Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this special video showcase we're going to be once again returning to the Marvel UK Transformers comics. So what we're going to do with this video, I'm going to give you a quick overview, just a quick flick through it, point out anything that might be interesting or relevant obviously at the time when these came out, and then what I'm going to be doing afterwards is I'm going to go through it, back through all the text, nice and slow, so that you can pause it if necessary. You shouldn't have to zoom in, but you can basically then read these comics yourself. This is an idea, obviously I'm 9 issues into, it seems to be going down quite well, so I hope you guys are enjoying it. One thing I will quickly explain as well is that the original comics were half colour and half black and white, as you can see there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to revert to this book here for the actual story, so you get to see it all in colour. The other thing as well to make you aware of, this is issue 9, and what this is the UK writers and artists' first chance to put their own stories forward. For those of you who don't know, the original 8 issues of the UK comic was just the original 4 issues of the USA version. They just split them into 2 issues per comic, and they managed to drag them out that long, basically to give them time to start doing what they're doing now, which was to write their own stories. So this is again the start of the UK's comics and their own writing in their own stories, and this came out in the beginning of January. It was fortnightly and it was 25 pence, and I've mentioned it numerous times already, new story begins inside. So we've got an Autobot fact file there, we've got Sideswipe, we've got a couple of games and stuff that they've got here. And then here it is, there's the start of the new story, and you can see it is in black and white, so that's why I'm going to be reverting to the other book I've got of the comics, just so you get to see it all in colour. You can tell already that the artwork, the story design, you can see it's a bit darker, this is than the American stuff already. There's a definite style change in the writing of these comics and the stories that you're about to see, so I'm going to carry on. So they're advertising Return of the Jedi comics, so you know, 2 years still after, I've got loads of Return of the Jedi comics actually, 2 years after Return of the Jedi they were still managing to keep the interest alive via comics, etc. So you can tell already Man of Iron Jazz is going to be a big character. Right, now what I've got here is something that I think is really interesting, to be fair, so I'm going to have a quick stop at this. So this is Design a Decepticon competition winners, and a few of these should be aggrieved, I think so, or at least they should have been maybe consulted further down the line, because you've got a guy here called Mimic, his character's called Mimic by Julian Boots, and his abilities, he can transform into any Autobot or Decepticon, vehicle or other, matching the abilities, armour and weaponry, and this is done by Mimic. Now that to me sounds very much like Punch and Counter Punch. Obviously not maybe Double Dealer, because they're 2 completely different alt modes, but there you go, 2 robots very similar, and obviously the same alt mode, so that's interesting there. This guy here, look, he's called Sunbender. I mean, he could easily be Sunstorm, couldn't he? He could easily be Sunstorm, so well done, Matthew Snyder. So if you were 10 then, wow, you're 45 now, pal. Wow, there you go, I wonder if he's watching this. And then this one is the guy you can feel most aggrieved for. Here we have a cassette, Night Stalker by Jason Yeo, and I was looking through this before I did this video, and I thought, you know what, I'm sure there is, and there is obviously a G1 Decepticon Night Stalker. So what we've got here is, excuse me, I am using TF Wiki, it is a fantastic website, we do all know this, and there he is, Night Stalker G1, and there's even an article about this at the very bottom. There we go, and I'm not going to read it all, but basically they're saying that because it was Night Stalker as in 2 words with a space, it isn't the same as the one that they had already, very what's the word I'm after, coincidentally already had a Night Stalker, and it was just all 1 word, and apparently he was already in existence and they'd already thought of him. So it even says here, poor old Jason Yu. So I'm going to hold that for 2 seconds and you can read it if you want. So maybe he's got a bit of a right to be aggrieved with regards to that, but yeah, there you go, Night Stalker. Okay, continuing. There you are, subscribe. As I already mentioned, they knew in the UK that they're going to be continuing the run of comics, and they did for years and years and years. Spider-Man as well, Spider-Man comic, obviously this is a Marvel one, and then this is their other story, Machine Man, that they also ran at the same time. Robot Rained Up, I've mentioned in the others, Robot's hugely popular in the mid-80s, Star Wars, Doctor Who. Is that Epcot? I think that's Epcot. Yeah, there you go. And of course, all the things that were going on around that time. Now, it's also, not that it's going to affect the story anyway, but this comic was obviously well loved by its previous owner, and I don't know why, but the reason probably why they've cut the back off there is it was that advert that we've seen a few times for the Autobot cars that were available at the time. Maybe he cut them out and he was showing his mum exactly what he wanted for Christmas or something, but there we go. So that's the quick overview. Let's have a look at the new story. Sorry it's took so long, but some of you probably just skipped anyway. So here we go. This is chapter 1 of Man of Iron. Let's see if I can get this all in text for you, and I'm going to be quiet now. there we go then. So that is the first part, or the first chapter obviously, of this comic. I've already said, and I keep saying it, so this is all new stuff now, all new work from the UK writers, and that's how they got, you know, they're practicing, ready to continue writing. They carried on writing. We've got another 300 plus UK comics that I'm going to slowly make my way through, so hope you guys are still enjoying it, and of course please take care, leave your comments and your thoughts as well at the end of this. Hopefully you'll all be able to read it. If you need me to slow down or anything, just let me know. Everything seems to be working quite well, but yeah, please take care everybody, and I'll speak to you all soon.